So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to start with the lecture 2 of simple interest, and maybe we'll continue one more lecture for simple interest, that is tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. Okay, and this lecture is gonna be helpful for you guys because we're gonna see like little more questions of different types, and most importantly of different language, because language is important in such type of questions. Though the concept remains the same, if you understand the language then it's doable, because a couple of times they try to confuse you with the languages. Okay, so we'll take care of this in this lecture, and we'll see some more types of question as far as simple interest is concerned. Okay, we're given that the simple interest is 12.5% more than the principal. Okay, and n, which is the number of years, means n, which is the number of years, and your rate, which is given as r. Okay, they are given in the ratio as 2:1. Okay, what do we know about this 12.5%? When you try to make it in the fraction form, 12.5% is nothing but 1.8 or 1 by 8. Okay, and we are given that the simple interest is 12.5% more than the principal. This is your principal and this is your simple interest. Okay, but but we are told that it is 12.5% more, means it is 1 more than 8. 1 more than 8 means it is 9 by 8. Okay, so this is your principal and this is your simple interest. If we put it in the formula, that is your simple interest, which is 9, p, which is your 8. What we are given, the ratio of 2:1, which is nothing but time is to rate. We can consider this as 2x and x, which is x into 2x by 100. Okay, by 100. So now what do we have? 4 2s are 4, 25s are. So what is x square is nothing but your 9 into 25 upon 4. X is nothing but when you take the square root of this, which is 3 into 5 by 2, which is x is nothing but your 15 by 2. And what we are given is that your x is nothing but your rate only, and your time is nothing but 15 by 2 into 2, because this is 2x. So your time is 15 and your rate is 15 by 2. So your time is 15 and your rate is 15 by 2, that is 7 1.5. Okay, how much time will it take for a sum invested to increase its value by 50% at the rate of 6% per annum simple interest? For example, consider this, your principal as 100%. They say that it increases by 50%. If it increases by 50%, it becomes 150%. So meanwhile, what is the what is the interest that we have gained? It is nothing but your 50% only, or 50. Okay, so we are told to find the time, that is t. So again we will write using the same formula, simple interest, which is 50, p, which is 100, t, that we have to find 6% that we are given upon 100. Okay, so this 100 and this 100 gets cancelled. 2 3s are 6, 2 25s are 50. So this is nothing but 25 by 3, which is 3 8s are 24, remainder 1 upon 3. So 8 1 by 3 years. Okay, the simple interest of at r% per annum on a certain principal p is 9 by 16th of p if r is equal to number of years, that is n. If r is equal to n, and we are given that simple interest is nothing but 9 by 16th of p. Take this p in the denominator over here. So what is the formula that we know for simple interest now? Simple interest, that is 9, p, that is 16, t, that is the value we have to find, which is n, and r, which is also given as n upon 100. Okay, so this is nothing but 4 4s are 4, 25s are. So n square is how much? 25 into 9 upon 4. Your n is nothing but, when you take the square root, we have 5 into 3 upon 2, which is 15 by 2, which is 7.5. Okay, same like the previous one. In how much time a sum of money? Okay, this is your sum of money. It nothing but it becomes 7 by 6 of itself only. What does that actually mean? It means that if this is your principal, your 7 is your amount. Okay, so meanwhile, what is the interest? Interest is nothing but 1. Okay, the meaning is this: when it becomes 7 by 6 of itself, that means your sum 6, it becomes 7, that is the amount. Okay, we are told to find how much time, that is we are told to find t. Again the same formula, simple interest is nothing but your interest is 1, your principal is 6, your t we have to find, your r which is given 25% upon 100. So this is nothing but 25 ones are 25 fours are 2 threes are 2 twos are. So t is nothing but 2 by 3. We have to convert it into months, so multiply by 12. 3 fours are 12, 4 twos are is 8 months. Okay, option B. A certain sum doubles itself in 8 years on a simple interest per annum. Find the rate percentage of the interest. Okay, there's a certain sum. Okay, they say that it doubles, 100 becomes 200. So what is the interest over here? Interest is 100. The interest gained is 100 for how many years? 8 years. Again the same formula, simple interest is nothing but PTR upon 100. What is your simple interest? 100. What is your P? That is 100, because as you know, always we consider principal is 100% only or just 100. What is your time? 8. What is your R? We have to find upon 8. This and this gets cancelled. R is nothing but 100 by 8, which is nothing but 12.5%. Okay, now at a certain rate of simple interest per annum, a sum of money amounts to 13 by 8 of itself in 10 years. What does this mean? It means if your principal is 8, your amount becomes 13. So in this, what is your interest gain? It is 5. For how many years? For 10 years. What is the rate of simple interest per annum? So that is nothing but simple interest is principal into t into r upon 100. This and this gets cancelled. 2 fours are 8, 2 fives are 10. This is nothing but 25 upon 4, which is 4 6 or 24 something. So there's only one option which is in 6, that is option A. Okay, at what percent? At what percent means we have to find r. Per annum of simple interest will a sum of money double itself in 12 years. This is 100, it doubles means it becomes 200. What is the interest gain? 100. And in how many years it becomes? It becomes in 12 years. So this is your simple interest, this is your t. Okay, and this is your p. So with this, all this cannot we find r? Of course we can. So your simple interest is nothing but p, your t into r upon 100. This and this gets cancelled. This is nothing but 4 threes are 12, 4 25s are, and 25 by 3, which is t, is nothing but your 8 1 by 3 only. Okay, on a simple interest, a certain sum becomes 160% of itself in 5 years at a certain rate of interest per annum. In how many years will the same sum becomes double itself under the same interest rate? So guys, we have this principal that is 100, it becomes 160% of itself, that means it becomes 160. What is the interest gain? Interest gain is nothing but 60 for how many years? 5 years. Second line, what they have told us, there is the same sum, it doubles. Doubles means it becomes 200. What is the interest gain? Nothing but 100 for how many years they are asking. We can just cross multiply and find this answer. So your x is nothing but 100 into 5 upon 60. 5 ones are 5 12s are 4 3s are 4 25s are. So x is 25 by 3, which is 8 1 by 3 only. Okay, simple. In what time rupees 8,000 at 3% simple interest rate per annum get the same interest at rupees 6,000 does in 5 years at 4% simple interest per annum? That means, see, they have given same interest, that means simple interest of this one equals to simple interest of this two. Okay, we have a principal as 8,000, we have a rate as this, and what we are given, the t we have to find out upon 100 equals to your 6,000 into 5 into 4 upon 100. This and this gets cancelled, this 3 zeros and this 3 zeros gets cancelled. Your 3 ones are 3 twos are, this 2 into 4 is 8, and this 8 cancels with this 8. So your t is nothing but your 5 years. Okay, option C. The ratio of simple interest earned on a certain amount at the rate of 5% and 8% for 6 years and 3 years. See guys, we don't have to consider amount over here, because as we know, your simple interest is always applied on your amount only. So in both the cases, amount will be same. Okay, we are told to find the ratio of simple interest 1 upon simple interest 2. amount will be same, and then denominator 100 also will be same, that will anyways it will be cancelled. So what are we left with? 5% into 6. This 5% applies for this 6, and this 8% applies for this one. This percent and percent gets cancelled. 3 ones are 3 twos are 2 ones are 2 fours are. So the ratio is nothing but 5:4. Option A. For two different schemes, find the ratio of the simple interest received from the same amount invested at the same rate. See, we have the same amount now. Okay, we have the same amount and the same rate for 6 years and 10 years. So which are the quantities that are only important for us? It is the years only, because the same year, the same amount and the same rate, it will be cancelled when we take the ratio. Okay, so simple interest 1 upon simple interest 2, nothing but 6 upon 10. Because see, if we take something x over here and x over here and y rate over here and y rate over here, it will be cancelled, right? That's why not take it. So 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10. So ratio is 3:5. Okay. Ram invested a certain sum of at 2.5% rate for 4 years. Sita invested the same amount at the same rate. Okay, same amount at the same rate, that is 2.5% for 6 years. What is the ratio of simple interest earned by Sita to Rita? Okay, this is your Sita, this is your Rita. They are told to find the simple interest. Okay, so it is nothing but the sum will be same. Okay, so we're not taking that, we are taking this 2.5% into 4 years for Sita and 2.5 into 6 years for, this is Rita by the way, this is Rita and this is Sita, this is Rita and this is Sita. Okay, so this and this gets cancelled. 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4. So we are told to find the ratio of Sita to Rita. Sita to Rita is nothing but 3:2. Option A. Okay, X invested at 9% simple interest per annum for 5 years yields the same interest, that means same simple interest as that on Y. So simple interest of 1 equals to simple interest of 2. So X invested something, let this amount be X into 9 into 5 upon 100 equals to Y into 7.5 into 4 upon 100. This and this will get cancelled. 5 ones are 5, 1.5 is a 1.5 into 6 is a, okay. So x upon y is nothing but 4 by 6, which is 2 by 3. Option B, simple. On a certain sum, simple interest for 5 by 2 years at an annual rate of 12% is rupees 50 less than the interest on the same sum for 7 by 2 years at the annual rate of 10%. That means simple interest for this one and simple interest for this two. Okay, so this simple interest will be less than this simple interest. Let us find out what is the simple interest for this both. 5 by 2 into 12 is nothing but 5 by 2 into 12 is how much? 2 6 are 12. This is 30%. Okay, next 7 by 2 of 10%, how much? 2 5s are 10. This is 35%. Okay, so as we can see, this one is less than this one, which is 50 less. 50 is how much? 5%. So what is the gap between 30% and 35% is 5%. So 5% value is nothing but 50. 1% value is how much? 10. If 1% is 10, find the sum, and sum what we know is always 100%. So 10 into 100, which is 1000. Simple. So here, so sum of money when invested for 7.2 years gives 5768 as the amount on maturity. If the simple interest rate of 2% per annum more than what it was, the amount on maturity would have been 6272. So guys, why this amount on maturity increases? It increases because of this 2%, and this 2% because of what, for how many years? For 7.2 years. Okay, what is the difference between this 6272 and 5768? It is nothing but 4 0 and 5. Yeah, so 504. Okay, if this value is 504, then we have to find the original sum, that is 100% is x. If you solve for x, you will get one of the answers. I guess when I had solved, it was somewhere around 3750, I guess. Okay, it will take a lot of time for solving. The video will be a lengthier one, and I don't want to make the video too long, that's why I'm skipping this. Please solve this on your own. Okay. Ramesh Sharma borrows rupees 8,000 for 3 years, okay, at 5% per annum simple interest, and he lent it to Manohar for 3 years at 7% per annum. Find his profit. See guys, there's some person over here, okay, we don't know who this guy is, okay. याच्याकडल्यान रमेश रमेश कितीतरी बॉरो करता ॲट वॉट ॲट 5% फॉर 3 years, okay, which is 15%. रमेश हेच्या बॉरो करता. सो हे 15% जे आसा न्ही ह्यो रमेश तेका पे करतलो, ओके, एज अ सिंपल इंट्रस्ट तेका पे करपा पडटलो, बिकॉज ऑफकोर्स तेणें कोणा कडल्यान बॉरो केले ह्या रेटार जाल्यार इतलो रेट तेका पे करचो पडटलो न्ही. रमेश कितें करता तो म्हणपाक लागलो हे चड जातले, हांव ते पयशे आनी कोणाक दिता आनी उरलेलो प्रॉफीट म्हाका दवरता. रमेश मनोहराक दिता हांगा कितल्याक 7%, कितल्या वर्साक लागून 3. सो ह्यो जालो कितलो 21%. डिफरन्स कितें 6%. ह्यो 6%ाचो प्रॉफीट जालो कोणा, ह्यो 6%ाचो प्रॉफीट रमेशाक जालो. आनी 6% ऑफ वॉट 6% ऑफ your principal. As I told you, it's always on principal. This and this gets cancelled, so 6 8s are 48 and 0, so 480. Simple. Rahim invested a certain sum of money for 3 years at 5% simple interest. His friend Hiralal the same amount for 2 years and 7%. Rahim got 30 more than Hiralal. This guy is Rahim, this is Hiralal. He invests for 3 years and 5%. What is the simple interest? 15%. His friend Hiralal invested the same amount for 2 years and 7%. What is the amount? 14%. Okay, and they say that Rahim got 30 more interest than Hiralal. Of course, Rahim has 15% simple interest, this has 14% simple interest. So Rahim, of course, he will have more. So 1% value, he says it is 30. So 100% value is how much? 3,000. This is the problem that I want you to solve by your own, but still I will show you this one. A sum of money was invested at simple interest at R% per annum for 3 years. Okay, had the rate of the interest been R plus 2%, it would have fetched rupees 84 more. Why he would have fetched 84 more? Because the interest it increases by 2%. Okay, if it was just R, it becomes R plus 2%. So that because of that single 2% for 3 years, it becomes 84 years. 6% is 84. 1% is how much? 6 1s are 6, 6 4s are 24. Then 100% is how much? Into 100, which is 1400. Okay. Now Surya had 10,000. He gave some of it to P at 15% rate of simple interest for 2 years, and the remaining to Q for the same period at 18% simple interest. After 2 years, he found that P paid him 360 more than Q as interest. Okay, this guy is P, this guy is Q. There was some guy Surya gives this amount to both of them at what? At P for 15% rate of simple interest for 2 years, which is 15 into 2 is 30%, and the remaining amount to Q for the same period, that is 2 years, at 18, that is 36%. What is the difference? 6%. And they say that after 2 years he found that P paid him rupees 360 more than Q. That means this P guy, he paid Surya how much? 360 more than Q as interest. So this 6% is the extra amount that P has paid, and this 6% nothing but 360 only. So 1% is how much? 60. 100% is how much? 6,000. And the 6,000 is the amount of whose? This is of P. Okay, this is of P. If 6,000 relates to P, then what is the amount that Q had borrowed from S? It was 4,000, because total is 10,000. If 6,000 is occupied by P, then Q is occupying 4,000. So option C. This is for homework because I had shown you a similar one in the previous sum. Okay, so please do it by yourself. If the amount rate of simple interest increases from 8% to 12.5%, a person's yearly income from interest increased by rupees 369. Let's suppose these are two people X and Y. If one is 8%, another one is 12.5%, that means 12.5%. By this, his interest increases by rupees 369, that means 4.5%, which is the increase. It is same as 369. Okay, so 9 by 2% is nothing but 369. So 1% is how much? 41 into 2. Okay, which is 82. 1%, so 100% is how much? 80 to 100. That is D. Simple. Now if an amount doubles at a fixed rate in 4 years, this is your amount. It doubles. How much it doubles? In 4 years. In 4 years it becomes, the interest is how much? 100. Then in how many years this amount will become 16 times? If this is 100, then it is becoming 16 times of your principal, that is 1600. So in how many years it is becoming 1500? Okay, so this into 15, so this into 15, so basically in 60 years. Okay, 60 years. You can even this cross multiply as well. Okay, you can even cross multiply. 4 years is 100, then in how many years it is 1500? Then you can just even cross multiply and find for x, you will get 60 years only. Okay, now a sum of money at a simple interest double itself in 4 years 4 months. In how many years will it triple? See guys, this is your 100. Sum of money at simple interest becomes double, it becomes 200 in 4 years 4 months, which is 4 by 12. The interest is 100. Okay, in how many months will it triple? That is 300. So in how many years it becomes 200? We have to find. Okay, very simple. So your x is nothing but your 200 into 4 1 by 3 upon 100. So this and this gets cancelled. So your answer is nothing but 4 2s are 8, 1 by 3. So option A. Okay, a sum of money amounts to 3 times the original sum in 15 years. If this is your 100, it becomes 3 times, that is 300. In how many years? It becomes in 15 years. What is the interest? 200. Simple. In how many years will the original sum amounts to 5 times? Means this is your 100, it amounts to 5 times, that is 500. And the interest is how much? 400. This is how much? This is twice. 400 is twice of your this. So even this will become twice, which is 30 years. Option D. Okay. A certain sum of money invested with simple interest amounts to rupees 756 in 2 years and 873 in 3.5 years. Find the sum. So guys, this is your principal. This is your principal. In 2 years, what happens? The amount becomes 756. Again, this is your same principal. In 3.5 years, it becomes what? 873. So what is the difference between this? The difference is nothing but 117. And this 117 in how many years? It becomes in 1.5 years, right? 3.5 minus 2 is 1.5. So in 1.5 years, the interest gained is 117. Okay, so we will find 1 year interest, 117 upon 1.5. Now we are told to find the sum. What do we know about this sum? Principal plus interest is amount. So if this is your principal, what is the interest? 2 into 1 year interest is your amount. So this is nothing but 756 minus 117 upon 1.5 into 2, which is nothing but 5 or 3 5s are 15, 3 3s are 9, 3 9s are 27. Okay, and this will become 4. So 4 9s are 36, 4 3s are 12, 13 14 15. So 756 minus 156 will give you C as the answer. I hope you know this. Your principal plus interest is your amount. This was your principal, this was your interest, and this was your amount. So we are just subtracting interest from that amount to give you the principal. Okay, I had shown you this in the previous lecture also. Please go through that. The maturity amount maturity values of an amount in 5 and 6 years at 8% simple interest per annum are so and so. Find the amount. Again the same method. This is your principal in 5 years, it becomes 1120. This is your principal in 6 years, it becomes 1184. We have to find in 1 year now, 6 minus 5, what is the interest gained. Okay, what is the interest gain, that only you have to find. Once you find the interest, subtract your any of the amount, you can take this or this, 1120 minus 5 times of your 1 year interest, you will get your principal. Okay, the same method you have to follow, nothing else. And even this also you can do it for homework. So this was it. Yeah, so this last two problems you can do it for homework based on the same concept, nothing else. Okay, so I hope you like this lecture. If there's anything that you did not understand, you can please mention that in the comment section, or you can message me personally on my Telegram ID. I will clear that for you using a video or maybe a short video. Okay, thank you, bye bye, take care, and I hope you are studying, and all the best for your coming exams, that is your Goa SSC CBT2, whoever have qualified. Okay.